I should have died at that motel. It was late October, and I was driving west of Denver, running on caffeine and sheer stubbornness. The highway was dead, stretching endlessly under a cold sky. I told myself I could push through to the next town, but when my fuel light blinked on, I realized I wouldn't make it. That's when I spotted a gas station. The place reeked of burnt coffee and stale cigarettes. The attendant, an older guy with hollow eyes, barely looked at me as I asked for a motel. After a long pause, he pointed down the road. Cloverleaf, 5 miles west, he said flatly. Then, almost under his breath, he added, "But if they give you room 12, don't take it." The Cloverleaf Motel was a nightmare before I even stepped inside. Its flickering neon sign buzzed faintly, half the letters burned out. Inside, the lobby smelled like damp carpet, and the desk clerk barely glanced at me as he slid me a key. "Room 12, he muttered, his voice dropping like a weight. The room smelled sterile, like chemicals and metal. The walls were yellowed, the bed uninviting, but it was the photo above the headboard that caught my attention. A black and white picture of people standing in front of the motel. Their faces were warped, smudged, like someone had tried to erase them from the world. I shook it off and lay down, too tired to care. That's when the flash went off. It lit up the room, blindingly bright. My heart jumped as I sat up, blinking hard against the light. The corner of the room, just out of reach of the dim glow from the parking lot, seemed darker. For a moment, I thought I saw something, a tall, impossibly thin figure. Another flash. This time I screamed. My vision blurred, and the air grew heavier, like it was pressing on my chest. Then I saw them, glowing white eyes, unblinking, watching me from the dark. They weren't human. They weren't anything. Another flash, and the eyes were gone. But on the bed beside me was a Polaroid. My hands trembled as I picked it up. It showed me, sitting on the bed, wide-eyed and pale. But my face wasn't mine. My mouth was twisted open in a scream I hadn't made, and my eyes were hollow, empty. And behind me, in the reflection of the mirror, was the thing. I bolted for the door, but it wouldn't budge. The air turned icy, my breath fogging the room. That's when I heard it. Laughter. Hollow, broken, coming from everywhere and nowhere. "Stay still," a voice crackled. It wasn't human. It was static, sharp and cold. "Just one more." The flash went off again, and I felt it like something was being ripped out of me. My legs buckled, and I hit the floor, gasping for air. For a moment, I thought I was dying. Then it stopped. I woke up on the floor, drenched in sweat. The door was wide open, and I ran without looking back. It's been months, and I'm still not free. Polaroids keep appearing in places they shouldn't, on my nightstand, in my car, even in my jacket pocket. Always of me. Always from angles that shouldn't be possible.